Chevy Chase, Maryland, FBI agents executing a search warrant raid 2 luxury penthouses on August 2nd, 2017. They're looking for evidence of a financial fraud that's cost dozens of investors $20 million. In keeping with their suspicions, they uncover incredible spending.
It looked like I was walking into the ladies' department at Neiman Marcus. There was an entire large closet full of high-end ladies' shoes, Noble Blahnik, Jimmy Choo, Christian Louboutin.
But what they find in 2 freezers is beyond anything they could have imagined.
We found some strange things. That was the only time in my career at the FBI that I've come across anything even remotely close to that.
Their sinister discoveries suggest the private desperation and epic downfall of a woman who was once a darling of Wall Street.
We run a portfolio that's balanced, and we do it with 30% less risk than the S&P 500, and we're up over 25%.
In the late 2000s, Dawn Bennett, CEO of Bennett Group Financial Services, appears to be the poster child for success.
She was very high profile. She knew how to use the media to get on programs and get quoted in publications. She was seen as somebody that had figured it out.
An accomplished woman in a male-dominated world, Bennett commands attention with TV appearances and her very own weekly radio show.
Hi, everybody. This is Dawn Bennett. Welcome to Financial Myth Busting.
Dawn Bennett's radio show, Financial Myth Busting, is one of these programs where you buy the airtime. They tended to be a little bit political sometimes. She was, I think, leaned a little bit to the right.
Bennett began her career in 1987, working at different firms, including Legg Mason, before launching her own advisory business, Bennett Group Financial Services, in 2006. This former client, we'll call Carl, who asked to be filmed in shadow, hires her in 1995 after a recommendation from his aunt.
Dawn's very outgoing, very intelligent. We talked for a long time about just anything.
With consistently positive results, he stays with her when she goes out on her own.
The whole time I was with her, we were buying stocks, buying mutual funds, buying platinum, buying gold, selling stuff as needed.
Bennett's Washington, D.C. firm grows with lightning speed. And in 2009, with a purported $1.1 billion under management, financial magazine Barron's names her number 5 on its list of the top 100 female advisors. And later that year, number 26 overall.
Part of the Barron's list criteria was assets under management. It's not their only criteria, but it's one of their criteria to get on their list.
Bennett revels in the rankings. In a press release, Bennett says, "It's an honor to be chosen among the thousands of financial advisors in the country by such a prestigious financial magazine as Barron's." That honor is one that Bennett will repeatedly use to make both existing and potential clients believe that they're in the hands of one of the industry's best.
She would always call me with how wonderful she was and what she did. I'm number 13 in the country, top financial advisors, top female, top this, top that. And that's part of the thing that led, me to trust her, is that I wasn't her only investor.
Former model and television personality Steve Sanagati is the author of the New York Times bestseller, The Manual. A true bad boy explains how men think, date, and mate, and what women can do to come out on top.
The guy always pays for the first date.
That is true as ever.
Oh,
True.
come on.
Any guy that doesn't should be slapped around.
Well,
Next question.
You can get a PhD in psychology, and you'll never know what I know about women by actually living it and by doing it, so to speak.
After the publication of his book, Sanagati becomes well known as a relationship expert who makes frequent appearances sharing his decidedly male perspective.
That's a really scary thing, especially for men, because we have to be lulled into commitment.
You're not going to say we have commitment phobia.
No, not at all. I
Okay.
would never say that on TV.
Right.
But before his book is published, he has a chance encounter in the lobby of a publicist's office with Dawn Bennett, who's just starting out on her own.
Dawn Bennett's in there. She's very buttoned up, and of course, we start talking. And I ask her what she does, and she said she's a financial advisor. So I started asking her questions. She goes, well, I'm starting my own thing.
Santagati says he expresses interest in having Bennett manage his funds, but knows he probably doesn't have enough capital.
She goes, no, I'll take you on. She's absolutely, because I'm just starting, and normally you're right, $1 million is the least we'll take. My whole relationship with Dawn Bennett started off with me believing she was doing me a favor by taking in such a small fry, that all her investors were big, smart, multi-millionaires, and that I was just a little guy that she was doing a favor for.
Santagati eventually gives Bennett all the funds from his book, TV appearances, and the sale of a home he built in Vermont.